What's going on, guys? I think I'm live. Thought I'd start something new because I don't do a whole lot of live feeds, but we're just going to call this Friday Night Fish Talk. So I have no idea if I'm even going to have anybody join me or not, but we got one person giving us a thumbs up. So give me a comment. I assume this is like Facebook in so much as I'll be able to see the comments. But so far I don't see anything. So anyway, I just wanted to try this. I'm going to call it Friday Night Fish Talk on the Friday nights when I can remember to do it. I guess tonight what we're going to talk about is pre-spawn crappie fishing. Because, man, pre-spawn can be really, really tough. It seems like anytime you have a transition with fish, there is, even when it's a transition into a time of the year where they're going to bite, it seems like that transition period is really difficult at times to fish, and I don't think crappie are any exception to that. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that tonight. Right now we're pre-spawn on crappie. The bass spawn is a little bit farther out, but and of course we had that super intense cold front here in my area that kept us below freezing for like 8 days, caused all of our fisheries to ice up, so that might cause the crappie spawn to be just a little farther out even. But I'm hoping that it doesn't delay it too much. We'll just have to see what happens. So if you're out there, drop a comment, let me know. I'm going to click on this thing here and see. Okay. I clicked on live chat here, so hopefully that does something. I don't know. So, but has anybody tried any fishing today, for example, any crappie fishing? Oh, there we go. Ruben, saw you out there today, bro. Any luck? I missed a big one jigging a hair jig. First of all, Ruben, thank you for commenting. Excellent choice using that hair jig. And I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to talk to you. So I actually had some luck tonight, but it wasn't until sunset. And when sunset came around, I was actually using a small tube it's pre-rigged on a 1/32 ounce jig. Cabela's sells them. It's called a trout tube, I believe. But at the very last minute today, I caught a bunch of crappie. I mean, it was bizarre. I had not had good luck all evening, and all of a sudden I got on some crappie and caught like 6 or 7 in a row. Now, granted, they're little, nothing real big, but I saw you wrote yellow, so good job on that too. Yellow is an excellent color choice, especially in stained water like what we have. So keep after it. Keep after it, and the next time you're going to end up hooking into that big fish. It's probably a bass. So, we're getting right about that time. The fish are starting to wake up a little bit. Those brightly colored hair jigs are going to start catching fish again. We've been using trout magnets and really, really small 1/64 ounce jig type stuff. But those hair jigs are going to start catching fish. But pre-spawn can be tough for bass and crappie both. It's kind of like when you wake up in the morning, you're kind of moving around, but you're rubbing your eyes and you're not exactly moving quick. And the fish are a lot the same way once they kind of get out of that pattern of minimal activity during the depths of the winter. So I think they're rubbing their eyes. I think they're looking around, starting to kind of try to move. But, you know, as far as pre-spawn goes, what I've been doing here lately is I've been doing trout magnets. I've been doing the little trout tube. Oh, Ruben says, love the videos. Thanks for the info. Got to sit and eat. Yeah, dude, family's the most important thing. Thanks for joining, man. Appreciate your time tonight. So, but yeah, guys, here lately, what I've been doing is trout magnets and then the trout tube. Those are what I've been using. And I've been using some double rig jigs, you know, where I've got a trout magnet on top and then a trout tube a little farther on bottom. What else? And you know, probably my word of advice on pre-spawn crappie or pre-spawn bass, pre-spawn anything, don't get hooked, pun intended, right? Don't get hooked on one spot. You know, especially if it's a place where you caught fish before, give that spot its due. But once it's clear to you that there's not much happening, move on. Because right now, what happens with crappie this time of year, and you know, bass too for that matter, but what happens with crappie is they're going to start transitioning. Right now, they're deep. But as we get close to spawn, they're going to get shallow. You know, they're gonna rise up in the water column. They're going to get shallow, and that's a gradual process. But they're going to start moving. It's what crappie do. They're going to start moving from deep water into shallow. And so if you're not getting bites in those deep spots that you typically fish, maybe it's time to try something in a shallow spot, you know, because you don't know exactly when those fish are going to start moving up. Maybe they did. Maybe they started moving up. So, you know, I'm a big believer of hitting a spot and then quitting a spot, you know. Get in there, fish, make your casts, do some jigging, and then move on, because the fish just a few feet from you, you know, quarter mile down the river, they might be active. So, but, you know, definitely I would say hair jigs are going to start working. Trout magnets have been working. Trout tubes are working. Don't be afraid to move. What else? I was sent, you know, with pre-spawn, I really think any time of the year, but especially now when the fish are a little bit finicky, really important to use scent. And that could be a crappie nibble. That could be a dip bait like Spike It. That could be something like power bait that you apply to your lure. But I'm a big believer in using some sort of scent enhancement. So, what else? Appreciate Ruben for joining. It's like we've got a couple more people on here. Don't be afraid to make a comment. And I'm trying to watch the feed here. So this is the first time I've gone live on YouTube anyway. But we'll call these Friday Fish Talks, and if they take off, they do, and if they don't, that's okay too. So but tonight the topic is pre-spawn crappie or bass. So, it looks like I've got 2 people on, so thank y'all for watching. What else? Oh, and I want to shout out my little cousin Case. He is at a fishing tournament today. So Case, good luck to you, my friend. He's an excellent fisherman. I don't have any doubt that he is going to give those boys a run for their money. He just might take all their money. So, I was trying to think what else. It's really about it. And we're coming up on 10 minutes. So, Anybody have any other comments? Okay. Well, we're going to call this one the first live feed. I appreciate those of you who joined. I've just got to figure out how to turn this thing off. There it is. All right, guys. Take care. Tight lines. God bless.